Look at the weather. Jeez. It's super cold outside. I'd have the camera at a better position, except my tripod's right here. So just give me a second. Just give me some privacy, guys. Let me just change here. If you can see, I am done coffee. So I'm just gonna quickly grab some coffee and I'm gonna be right back. Just give me 1 minute. Got two. It'll last me a bit. Let me show you some magic, okay? See how there's nothing in there? Okay. Okay, so we finally got some coffee. I got a little changed. I got relaxed. I got this setup changed. It's on my tripod and stuff, and you'll know why, because I kind of want to talk a little bit more about gear and stuff like that. But before that, on Instagram, Twitter, and a few other places, I did ask you guys if you guys had any questions. I thought it'd be interesting to do a little Q&A. The first question is advice for people just starting out to make videos. Question was by Rondell. We've worked a few times, so shout out to you, Rondell. Thanks for asking that question. I think that the issue I had was that I didn't know why I was making it. Like, I know where I wanted to be, but I didn't know why I was making that. I think that for me now, I make videos because it's a great place for me to talk. When I talk to people sometimes, you always have that paranoia where you're like, does this person really even care what I'm talking about? But I feel like on YouTube, I can really have a conversation about anything I want. And if someone wants to watch it, they can watch it. And there is no paranoia there anymore, at least for me. That was the stem of it. Again, it kind of broadens out a little bit further. But once I got the idea of why I want to do YouTube, like why I want to really make videos on this platform, I think that for whatever platform you're going for, you can start to really understand yourself and then become a better creator as a result. I think that for the technicalities and all the other stuff, like how to shoot better, how to do all that other stuff, there's 100 other videos. But I think for me, the best advice I can ever give is that figure out why and really start to reflect on yourself and not just what you tell yourself, but your real feelings on things. Whether that be just making videos or whether that be whatever it is. I think that once you start to become honest with yourself, your content just becomes better as a result. And the second question was by Lucky Braxton. Huge shout out to you as well, man. Thanks for asking the question. I really like some of the stuff that you're doing, so just keep killing it. The question is, how do you get out of a creative rut? I think that's very interesting. I don't think there's such thing as a creative rut in the word itself. I think that a lot of it has to do with motivation and demotivation. I think that what happens sometimes is we become so closed in our own environment that we stop going to the roots on what made us want to do this in the first place. For example, as a filmmaker, as a narrative filmmaker, if I don't watch films for a while, I'll stop feeling that motivation for it. And once I watch like another really great film, I'll start to feel like, okay, no, this is why I wanted to do this. This feeling, I want to make other people feel this. I want to move other people as much as this director, writer, or producer moved me. The big thing is that you should start exploring more, read more books, watch films, watch videos, explore other creators, and just look at your own environment a little bit more closely. Try to move things around, change up your environment a little bit. I think that once you start to really play with it, you'll be able to do a lot more. You'll see things in a way that's new. You should just try changing things up every once in a while. I think that really helps. The next question is by Van City Mags, which is a good friend of mine, McGeeson. Thanks, dude, for asking. It's, when did you first find out you wanted to do this as a creator? I think this kind of leads back to my first answer. It's more because I've been making content because I like had this like goal in mind that what I wanted to do, and I think my goal right now is still similar, except only now did I really figure out the why. Why did I want to do this? And it's to be able to say things in an environment that I don't feel like is not just judging, but more, it's hard to explain. It's more like not having to worry about if someone else cares about what you're talking about. Because for me, it's always like, I have so many thoughts about so many things. For me, YouTube kind of becomes a platform for, it doesn't, like there's no one, the people come after the idea has been presented. And so everyone that lands on the video already somewhat is intrigued enough to care. They're there for it. If it's an idea that someone doesn't care, they won't come to it at all. So I think that it creates an environment where I can express my ideas and my thoughts very easily. Any other interests outside of filmmaking? And that is by, the question is by Shazib. He's like another friend of mine. So thanks, dude, for asking the question. Do I have any other interests outside of filmmaking? I do, but I think for the last couple of years, I've been so in this world that everything has to do with film for me. Even interests I have outside of filmmaking are stories that I have to tell for film, right? So it's weird. It's like, for example, I'm very interested in like exploring other countries and helping out in ways and really understanding other environments and other cultures and all that. But I think that for me, if I do that, I'd want to make a story out of it, make a video out of it, make a film out of it. So I think that it all kind of ties into that. Just the typical, I love all art. So I love like reading books. I love painting. I'm not great, but I love doing it. I love drawing. I'm not great, but I love doing it. And I kind of explore all of that stuff. I'm very interested in technology as well. So, I mean, there's that. And the last question we have is by Hazel. She's a good friend. Thank you, Hazel, for asking this question. What's my go-to hearty for breakfast for a busy day? If I'm like hungry over here, it's like, I don't know. There's like a few places. There's like a few Pakistani places here that I really like. A lot of really great biryani. There's also, what else is there? There's like some really good chicken on like fries and stuff like that. I always love that. That's really it for all the questions. I'll probably do another one sometime soon. If you guys want to be a part of some of these questions, just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But to the meat of this actual video, I kind of wanted to talk about my gear on what I use to make the Mind Of series. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so first things first, I do have one of my lights set up here and another one set up here. I need a lot of light because this is a phone, and the reason it's a phone is because my first main piece of equipment obviously is the A7S II. Also, this annoying, so just kind of like leave this right here. The next is, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I did get the Rode Video Micro. So all the links will be in the description for all of these equipment pieces, and none of them are affiliated, so get what you want. And then there is my lens. This is the 50mm 1.8 FE. It's a really nice lens, really cool. It's very tight, and so that's just okay with YouTube, especially when you just have like a decent mic that like sounds better when you're closer to it, obviously. So this is my Zion gimbal for my phone. So this isn't for my camera. This is for my phone. So if you see me doing like a glide shot, most likely it is a phone shot. Just know that. I do have I roll with usually 2 of these in my bag. It's 2 terabytes. Single terabyte each of just space. Whenever I shoot, I always immediately save it on my computer and then save it in one of here, just to kind of have backups and stuff like that. And then I know typically you wouldn't expect me to include my headphones, but I will, because a lot of times when I'm shooting, I use these to monitor my audio, because my camera, it does have audio, so that's kind of cool. Outside of that, there is this tripod that's holding this up, and there's also just this phone, and I'm using like a mic that looks very similar to this, and it's just for the phone. And also have like a small little cage set up for my phone, and so that kind of like does all of that. So that's really about it for today. I did want to make today's upload a little bit more just lighthearted, with the season kind of coming to an end. I did want to show you guys a little bit more of the equipment that I shoot with, and I thought that'd be really cool to show you guys, and for you guys to get a little bit more of an insight on, or start to get a little bit more of an idea of how I put my stuff together. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these, a little bit more focused, a little bit better production value and better focus to the videos, but I think that this is just an interesting experiment, and I think that's what Thursday really helps, is for me to play a little bit more, while Monday is the Mind Of series. If you guys liked the video, just drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys around. Talk to you guys later. Peace.